Hey friends, what's up and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to share with you guys 15 things that I do for my husband. A while ago, I used to watch Sarah Teresa's videos on 10 things I do for my husband and 10 things my husband does for me. And I would watch those when I was like 13, or not 13, I was probably like 17, 16 or 17, somewhere around there. And I'd watch those and be like, oh, like one day when I have a husband, you know. And I did a poll on my Instagram a little bit ago, and if you guys don't follow me, please follow me on Instagram. I'll put it right here. But I did a poll on my Instagram, and a good majority of you guys said that you wanted to hear what I do for my husband and what my husband does for me. So I'm gonna share this with you. This is going to be a two-part video, so this is the first of this coming out, and then I think the second one's gonna come out sometime in January. So just know that I am not skipping on what my husband does for me, but I just wanted to share what I do for my husband first. So if you're new here, grab your cup of coffee, tea, or favorite drink, and let's get on into this. All right, so number one is this. I make sure that there is food in the house for lunch and for dinner. And this is something that is really important to my husband, and something that I asked him a while ago, like when we get married, what's one of the things that, like one of your expectations or hopes, I guess, just in like daily life. And he was like, you know, I just really want there to be food in the house, like for lunch and dinner. And as silly as it is, we see like all these jokes online about, you know, girl dinner and how a girl can literally just eat anything in her cupboard and be okay with it and call it dinner. But I've noticed with a lot of men, like they can't do that, they don't do that, and they would rather, you know, have a full meal. And so something that I do for my husband is I make sure that lunch and dinner is in the house, meaning we have enough leftovers from dinner that night that I can put some in a container for him for the next day for lunch, and that is what I do. Number two is I keep the house clean and clutter-free. I have notes over here. I keep the house clean and clutter-free. So even when I wasn't a stay-at-home mom, I had some sort of a cleaning schedule. So when I came home from work, I would do a little bit of tidying here and there, and then I would do like big types of cleaning on the weekends. Now that I'm a stay-at-home mom, I focus more on doing one room at a time or one area at a time, and I just make sure that the house is clean and clutter-free, because when it's clean, when there's no clutter, our minds are able to focus, there's less stress and less chaos. The third thing that I do is I do laundry. I know some people kind of switch this on and off. Some people, the husband does the laundry, but I do one load a day, and just make sure that the laundry is getting washed and folded and all that stuff. Sometimes I don't feel like folding, and I'll wait till the end of the day and we will both fold, or Ginger will fold, but I am the one making sure that laundry is getting washed and dried on a daily basis. So my kind of thing, and this doesn't work for everyone, some people have like a specific laundry day. I cannot do that, otherwise it's going to sit on my bed for like 3 days. So I do a little bit of laundry each day, and that just helps keep things flowing and going in our house. But it also makes sure that my husband has clothes for the next day. He has socks, underwear, jeans that he wants to wear, and that his stuff for, you know, his outside activities are washed and clean and ready for the next thing. The fourth thing I do for my husband is I try to be resourceful. I use what we have in our house, or I'll make things based off of what we have in our house versus continually going out and buying things. And this helps out my husband because it helps him know I'm not going to go out and buy large amounts of things for a lot of money and waste money, or, you know, I'm gonna try and use what we have in our house to create something new, or to make something beautiful, or to whatever it is, and it just helps ease Gentry's mind. Number 5 is I write up a budget and I keep to the budget. So I'm the person and I know this varies from like spouse to spouse, but I'm the person in the family that I'm going to write how much we have coming in. I'm going to write out the categories that we have for money, and I like kind of watch the money flow, I guess you could say, and that's something I enjoy doing. I also am the one in the family that says, hey, we need to cut out this, or we need to cut out that, or, you know, we don't really have it in the budget to do that. So I know typically like the man of the house is like the one that does this, but this is something I enjoy, and I like to write down. I feel like if it wasn't written down, if we didn't have a budget, we would be using up our credit card all the time, and that would be terrible. Number 6 is I let my husband take the lead in certain areas, and in most areas. I know this is controversial for a lot of people on this, but I do believe that the man is the head of the household. I do believe that he is supposed to lead our family spiritually and in all these other areas. I do want to say that if you are in a situation where your husband's not a Christian, or other situations are going on, that kind of varies a little bit, but I do believe that my husband is the head of the household, and I trust him on decisions that he makes for our household. All right, number 7, you may ask yourself, how is this something you do for your husband? But I take care of myself physically and mentally. What does this mean? It means I am trying to eat well, I am exercising, I am taking care of my body, I am not being slothful with my body, but I'm just taking care of myself. This is something that is honestly really important to Gentry. It's really important to me to take care of my body, but I know that in the long run, when I take care of my body and my mind, I'm ultimately taking care of our marriage, I'm taking care of my husband, and I am just ensuring longevity of my health, which helps Gentry out a lot more. Number 8 may seem like a small little thing, but I was told by an older woman in my church to make sure you do one thing for your husband every single day. It doesn't matter if you are angry at him, upset at him, you're in a fight, whatever it is, make sure that there's one thing you do for your husband every day. And this is something that I do for my husband every day, is I make sure that coffee is ready in the morning. I know this sounds super silly, but when you wake up in the morning and you really want that coffee, I am the one that makes sure that it is ready every single day when he wakes up. And so that's just something small that I do. I know every couple has their thing that they do, and vice versa, like little things that they do, but that is just one little thing that I do for my husband. All right, number 9 is this. I tell him my thoughts and what's on my mind. Okay, I can't get behind the whole like, be mad, don't tell him what's going on, keep your feelings to yourself. He needs to figure it out. He needs to be able to read your mind, because the fact of the matter is he's not going to read your mind. He can't read your mind, and he never will be able to read your mind. And so you have to tell him what you want, whether that is romantically, whether that is in your intimate life, whether that is, in how things are done around the home, things like that. You can't just expect him to know or expect him to be able to read your mind, because he can't. And so, it saves my husband a whole lot when I'm like, hey, like, this is what I'm feeling, these are my thoughts, this is why I'm upset, or, this is what I really want, or whatever it is. Don't hide those things from him, because he can't read your mind. And so that's one of the things that I do for my husband, is I tell him what's on my mind always. I'm not the type of person to be able to be angry all night and not tell him what's going on for a whole day. Like when I'm upset or angry about something, typically it takes me 5 to 10 minutes before I am telling him exactly what is wrong. Number 10 is I give him the freedom to go do things that he wants to do. He really loves to wrestle. He did wrestling in high school, and it's just one of those things that he really loves. He loves to do jujitsu as well, and so that's something that fills up his cup that he enjoys doing, and so I give him the freedom to go do those things. Obviously, week to week it varies. You know, some weeks I'm like, okay babe, like I really need you home this week. Can you not, you know, go to jujitsu this week or whatever it is. But I still try and make sure that he has 1 to 2 days where he can do whatever he wants to do, and have that freedom. And I'm gonna say this in the next video, but he does the same thing for me. So that's one thing that I do for my husband that he really appreciates. Number 11, I'm not sure if this is just a wife thing or if the husband does it too, but I take charge on grocery shopping. I write up a list, I look around the house, I meal plan and prep and do all those things, and then I write up the list, and I'm the one that goes out and goes shopping. I love grocery shopping. It is so fun to me. And Gentry will typically stay home with our son, and I get to go out and go grocery shopping and look at the fun foods and get all the food for the week. And when I come home, I divvy it out and put it where it needs to go. And that is something that I do for my husband. I feel like if my husband went grocery shopping, all he would get was chicken and rice. But yeah, that is something that I do for my husband. Number 12, I invest in my relationship with Jesus. I spend time in prayer, read my Bible, do prayer journaling, stuff like that. I go to a small group, and I asked him, I was like, so what are some other things that I do for you that like really help you out, or really, you know? And he said, with you investing in your relationship with Christ, it helps me out a whole lot, because you're taking charge in your faith. And I'm not having to tell you to do those things or tell you to read your Bible or pray or whatever. Those are things that you take upon yourself. So that was one way that he saw that I help him out. 13 is this. I feed my husband's love language. I'm sure this is a lot of husband's love languages, but my husband's is physical touch. He is a physical touch guy all the way, and so I make sure to feed that, whether that is you know, small things like holding his hand or putting my arm around him or giving him a kiss when he comes home or leaves from work, or other things as well. So I make sure that his cup in that area is being filled. Number 14 is I plan and schedule things. He tells me what events are coming up, what things he has to be at, and I write them down, put them on a calendar, and share them with him. This honestly is more for the both of us than just him, but it allows us to stay in the same mindset and on the same team in terms of, okay, you know, I need to be here, so can you be home with Gentry David for this? Or, you know, I have this going on, so, you know, it just lets me know the areas in which I need to step up in as a wife and a mom, and it lets him know of where he needs to step up in those areas as well. I feel like every couple goes through highs and lows. They go through busy seasons and slow seasons, and I think it's good to be on the same page in those areas, knowing what's going on, what's happening, when it's happening, and being able to coordinate. And that's something that, you know, I enjoy doing. I enjoy sitting down with my planner and just planning all of these things. Okay, here's the last one. This may be a little controversial, but I tell my husband of the things I purchase. Doesn't matter the price. I tell him, hey, you know, I'm going to Starbucks, or can I go to Starbucks? Or, hey, I need to purchase this from Amazon, or I'm going to Walmart. These are the things I'm purchasing. The reason why is because I want him to be able to trust me in knowing that I know what our budget is and that I'm not going to go outside of that budget. I want him to know that I'm not just willy-nilly spending his money just to spend his money or to buy whatever I want. My husband works really, really hard for what he provides for our family in terms of finances, and I want him to know when I'm purchasing these things, I'm not purchasing them out of a place of I just want to spend money and get things, but I'm purchasing certain items because there is a purpose behind them and how I'm going to use them well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. We've had a lot of new subscribers here on this channel, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you guys so much. But if you guys have anything that you guys do for your husbands that really helps them out, or you just do it because obviously you love them, then please comment that down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to reply back. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.